Is this thing on? Is this working this time? Hello? Can anybody see me? Hello.
I knew you were going to do that, and I was sitting here thinking, I wonder exactly what he's going to say. And you know what? Like, I never ever claimed to be a technical wizard on this kind of stuff,
Right.
but I will say that it was all my fault.
That's all right, man. That's what you got me for. It's
when everybody else comes on later on, I'll get into exactly what happened. Okay. But so everybody can say their stuff to me and get it all out and do what they want to do and talk about, stupid Brian. That's okay.
Just I can take Brian. It was all his fault. He's the host, so
yeah. Brian was a little out of it, and I will, in my defense. Okay, in my defense, I spent almost 2.5 hours at standing in line yesterday so I can get my sticker for my car.
2.5 hours?
Yeah. Oh, I can. Oh, wait a minute. Is that me? Say something again, Mike.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
So almost 2.5 hours to get my sticker. And they're not allowing anybody inside. We all had to stand outside. And then it decided it was going to rain.
There's no, like, I don't know, like a gazebo or overhang or something you could...
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Oh, man.
So it started to rain, and that's when I was going, wonderful. This just makes my whole day. And
couldn't get any better.
Yeah, I couldn't get any better. Well, earlier in the morning, I was I uploaded the new trailer for Paraflix for Huntaphobia, and I listened to it the day before, and it was great. But then I played it yesterday, or the Monday I got it, and then I played it Tuesday. And for some reason, because during the trailer, you hear Michael talk, who's on the investigation, and then you hear Zach, and then you hear me, but I didn't hear it. I can only hear the music and see the video. Yeah. And where's the voices? So I'm asking Zach, did you change it? And you just said, no. So where did the voices go? The music was there, the video was there, but there were no voices.
Did you end up getting it sorted out?
I did, because when I came back from that fiasco getting my sticker, I played it again, and there it was, the voices.
It might have just been an audio issue on your end that you were experiencing.
It was weird. It was really, really super weird. I even messaged Zach and I say, can you listen to it through Huntaphobia and Friends page? And I could hear my voices.
Mm-hmm.
But at my end, I couldn't hear it. Ooh, is there something here?
It's messing with your equipment.
Okay, so why don't we get into this? And again, I want, for people that came into the room last night and was waiting for the show, I'm sorry. It's all me. So, but we're live tonight. We're live on Facebook through Huntaphobia and Friends. We're live through Parapost Network group page on Facebook, and we're also on YouTube right now. So we are streaming everywhere. So hopefully you guys sit back. This is going to be a great show, because we got a great guest, and we got 4 people coming up. 4 people coming up? Yeah, 4 people coming up later on in the show. They're absolutely amazing people. Mike knows them. I know them. Obviously, he's one of our partners with Parapost that's coming up, Addict Junky. So definitely sit back, enjoy. And right now, we are going to discuss something within Parapost that we want people to be aware of. Okay, so why don't we start that? And I'll just bring it up online right now. And there we go. Okay.
Okay, so this week we're going to be talking about the events and meetups page within the site. I noticed that a lot of people aren't really using this, and this is a really good way for you to showcase anything that you might have going on event-wise, whether that be a convention, a live investigation, a stream, live podcast, whatever it may be, to help promote whatever it is that you have going on. You can post it here in the events and meetups, and everybody on the site can post and also see it. So if you want to go down to the banner there,
Yep.
Click that. And then it just asks you for some very basic information about the event, what the event is going to be called. If it's tied to a group that you've created on our website, you can hit where it says not a group event and select any one of the groups in that category. The when section, just very basic details, what time it is, what date, if it's a recurring event, the time zone. And then if there's a physical location, you can also enter that in and it'll generate a map for the event. And then that way people can just go straight to it through maps. And then the last but not least is details. And that just allows you to put photos or links or any kind of description as to what the event's about. And it's pretty customizable as far as how you want it to look. So you can insert hyperlinks, you can put embedded videos, you can do pretty much anything with this details box. And then once you're done, you just submit it, and usually we'll get back to it around 24 hours and it'll be site-wide.
Oh, okay. So this is something that me and you have to approve?
Yes.
Okay. But I don't see any reason why we wouldn't approve it.
Exactly. It just it keeps, it filters out anything that might not be necessary, like spam bots or malicious links or something like that.
And then once that's done, it automatically goes into the news feed.
Yes.
So everybody that's joining or coming into the site is going to see it, and whatever that event is, and then they can obviously click on it. And if they want to participate or go or join, or if it's a podcast, or like you mentioned, Mike, then they can obviously go to that podcast and listen if it's something they're interested in. So that is really good. I know eventually once we get more people going into the site, like obviously I made an announcement today that excuse me, that the amount of views we're getting a month right now, and which is obviously fantastic. And that number's growing. That number's really growing. And even within the last couple of days, we've had quite a few signups, which have been fantastic. And that's what we want, right? And it seems like the people are joining are now just not joining and looking, they're actually posting.
They're becoming more active and involved in the community, and that's exactly what we want. We want people to network, to meet each other, to go out on investigations together, share evidence together. That's the whole point of the site, is to have paranormal investigators or just people in the paranormal field in general connect.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the, I know I mentioned it last night. Do you want to talk about this a little bit, or let me just go to my profile here. Do you want to talk about this a little bit?
I'm still working some things out with one of the other devs right now as far as getting that fixed. It's working. It's just not showing up on people's profiles right now.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting to hear back from him as to why. And it should be ready within the next couple of days because everything's made. It's just now making it visible in the front end of the site. So
okay. So we'll talk about that probably not next week, the week after.
Yeah, the following week.
Yeah, for obvious reasons that people are going to find out today. Yes. So, and it's pretty cool.
I'm still excited about the news today, even though we already discussed it yesterday. It still feels like news,
Yeah. So why don't we do this? Why don't we bring up our featured guest today? Obviously, it's Ethan from Wulf Paranormal. Why don't you introduce him?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a good friend of mine, an investigator that we go out on every investigation together. We met investigating, and we've been going on crazy adventures ever since. This is my friend Ethan from Wulf Paranormal.
There he is.
What's up,
There's
man?
The man.
Not much, man.
Every time I see you, Ethan, I see that hat on you, and I just love that hat. I really do. I think it's great. Where did you pick that up, or did you order it from somewhere?
I got it from Etsy. There's a guy on Etsy. He goes by Inked Up Merch.
Okay.
And he sells all kinds of different horror movie themed beanies and shirts and stuff like that. And I have a Goosebumps one and The Thing. Also.
Okay.
That's the other one I was
That,
thinking of. I know you had
okay.
another one that I forgot what it said though.
Is that the old version or the new version?
The 82 version, 1982.
Okay.
Kurt Russell.
I didn't like the newer version, to be honest. I thought the Kurt Russell one, like Mike said, is the best for sure.
You can't beat the 80s.
Yeah, that's for sure. So let me start by saying this, and I said it in the green room. I apologize for last night, and you were fabulous tonight, and I'm sure you're just going to be as great tonight as you were last night. And again, I apologize for what happened last night.
It's all good. No worries. That was a rehearsal.
That was a rehearsal. That's what I said to Mike last night. He kind of chuckled because I know he said that to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So why don't we get started? And I guess Mike is going to ask you the first question. And
yeah, absolutely. So we've been kind of hinting around a new upcoming trip for the beginning of September. We haven't really told anybody where we're going or what we're doing. So why don't you elaborate a little bit, Ethan? Why don't you tell everybody where we're going?
So, beginning of September, Mike and I will be going to Iowa to investigate Edinburgh Manor, which was an old insane asylum, just housing for disabled people, and it's supposed to be extremely haunted. Has a very dark history, and there's even a cemetery on ground, like right across the street from patients that passed away there.
Wow.
And the following day, we are going to be going to the Villisca Axe Murder House, which is also in Iowa.
That's the one I'm excited about. I have to be honest.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for both of them, but I mean, definitely Villisca. I've heard about that place ever since I was like 8 years old, just watching it on TV, you know. So to actually go there and spend the night, man.
I'm excited.
So for people that don't know that are in the room, why don't you give us a little history on both of them? Okay,
so starting off with Villisca, just because I know that history so well. In 1912, this family was out at church. It was a total of 6 children, 2 of which were neighborhood girls spending the night, and 2 adults. And they went to church, and sometime during the time while they were at church, somebody snuck into their house and hid out in their attic, supposedly. And when they arrived home, he waited for them to go to sleep, and he grabbed the family axe and murdered them all in their beds. All 6 kids and 2 adults.
Jesus.
So it's definitely a very dark house. It's going to be a tough investigation to do, but it's just such an interesting case and such an interesting story all around. You know, I just can't wait, you know, just to really hopefully make contact with their souls, you know.
And that's amazing. Well, obviously the story's sad, but what is typically seen there? Like, do you know what's seen there, or what other investigators have seen? Just curious about that. You know what? I'm really thrilled for the both of you on going to both of these places, because they are on my list. The second one's on my list, but it's just outstanding that you guys are going to these 2 places. And I have to be honest, when I think of Iowa, I think of flat land and farms.
Yeah, that's how I like it, honestly.
And Slipknot, rest in peace, Joey Jordison.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you mentioned that last night, and again, rest in peace. And
yeah, so what kind of spirits are there? I've heard from accounts that the residual energy is the family themselves, but there's also supposed to be a very negative, dark energy there, and people suspect that it is the killer himself or herself, whoever it may be. It's still an unsolved case to this day. And supposedly it's a very dangerous spirit, because in 2014, this investigator was doing an overnight there, and he was downstairs in one of the rooms that the 2 neighborhood girls were killed in, and he was taunting the negative energy. And next thing he knows, he wakes up in the hospital. Apparently he had blacked out, and he stabbed himself in the chest with a knife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, you know, I definitely want to go into that room and do some experiments, but I'm kind of wary on taunting it, obviously. But I definitely want to find out what is there and why it is still there, because there's many theories to who it may be, and one of which is a serial killer who is documented for murdering families in their homes across the United States in the early 1900s, and also supposedly murdering a family in Germany because he was a German immigrant. So after his spree in America, he went back to Germany and supposedly murdered the whole family in Germany again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So if that is that guy and his spirit is still in Villisca, I wonder why that location. It's kind of it's very interesting to me, and hopefully we get to the bottom of it. I think me and Mike, we generally know what we're doing when we do these types of investigations, and we conduct them. We have like a routine to what we do, and I think we're definitely going to raise the bar for this trip. We're going to go above and beyond and do the best we possibly can to.
And these are overnights, right? These are overnights. Yeah. So you guys are going to stay the whole night, or?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We're driving 17 hours one way to go to these places. You can best believe that we're staying the night.
Well, God bless you. That's all I have to say. God bless you. A long ass drive.
That is a long drive. I thought the first time I looked at it, I don't know why. Somewhere, I guess I was looking somewhere out west, but it said it was like 9 or 10 hours. And I'm like, oh, that's nothing. And then Ethan and I were talking last night, and he's like, yeah, man, that's going to suck, a 17-hour drive or something like that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? 17-hour drive? It's 9 hours. He's like, no, man, it's almost 20 hours from my house. And I typed in Google Maps again. I looked, it's 17 hours, almost 18 hours to drive there.
Yeah. It reminds me, I drove to Alberta, and me and Mike were talking about this the other day. Ontario's absolutely huge. And it took me, in order to get out of Ontario, like Ontario, people don't understand how big Ontario is. It's huge. Oh, yeah. It took me a day and a half to get out of Ontario. And it took me almost 2.5 days to drive to Alberta. It's around 36 hours.
It's the terrain, though, isn't it? Like, you guys have a lot of mountainous terrain.
Well, no, when you're going around Lake Superior, that's when you're going up and down and up and down. And your elevation at one point is around 3,000 feet.
No kidding.
And there was, when we were coming back, Mason goes, my son, because me and my son went, Mason goes, wow, why did it get all foggy all of a sudden? I go, Mason, that's not fog, that's a cloud.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah. So it was great. So, but 2 wonderful places that you guys are going to, and you guys, I'm very much looking forward to those videos. And if I know Mike, those videos aren't going to come out till next June.
Probably, yeah, because I'm going to take a really long time. I want to make it really cinematic and make the experience of the video good. So I'm
hopefully we can maybe get it done in time to make it like a Halloween special or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little.
I like that idea.
Think that might be a little bit too soon for you guys to put that all together, right?
Maybe that's wishful thinking.
Yeah, yeah. So let me ask you this, Ethan. When you go out to investigate places with Mike, and you obviously use quite a bit of equipment, what would be your piece that you would grab that you would want to use on all your investigations?
Definitely the REM pod, because there's whenever that thing goes off and it's replying to your questions, and it's just such an ecstatic feeling, because especially in particular this one investigation Mike and I have coming up that we haven't edited yet. There's a part where the spirit plays music for us.
Oh, wow.
And it's using Mike's REM master to do so, and it's just crazy because Mike said to the spirit, you can come up to this antenna, mess around with it, you can make music with it, and it started doing different like notes and tones, playing like a song it sounded like. And it's I mean, that kind of evidence is just mind-blowing to me. That night is probably one of my top investigations alone. We've been to that place 20 times together.
Oh, wow.
But that place really stands out. And also the SB7 Spirit Box. I love that just because for the rate that you can use for how fast it sweeps, if you can get a sentence or a word that goes over multiple stations, multiple sweeps, to me, I mean, how can you deny that?
Right.
And
Yeah.
the best type of evidence you can get from equipment is evidence you can't deny. EMF meters, you can kind of get to the bottom of that depending on like how close your phone is and this and that, the camera. Even like when you live stream, sometimes that can make EMFs go off. But when that happens with the SB7, it's just, I can't explain it, and that's the best evidence to me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's funny. When I first met Mike, I was watching him a lot on Twitch, and he was going out and doing investigations with his SB11. And which I thought
that one's good too.
Which are incredible, and that's how me and Mike really got to know each other a lot better. So let me ask you. I'm going to ask this to the both of you. Okay. So the SB11, Mike, you use, and the SB7, Ethan, used. Mike, have we switched you over to the SB11 or the SB7? Do you guys, if you had a choice and you had the choice to pick up either one, which one would that be? Like, honestly.
I would honestly go for the SB7. Like, I like the SB11, but I bought that right when I started investigating, when I knew nothing about any of this. I didn't know what equipment to get. I didn't know how to use things. I just knew that the SB11 was considered more of like the high-end device because it's more customizable as far as the sweeps, the frequencies, all that stuff. But the practicality of the SB7, I don't know. It's just something about how simple it is. I've always seen people get way better responses and way better results with the SB7 than I've personally gotten with the SB11. Not to say that I haven't gotten results, but I just like the SB7 more.
And Ethan?
So, I mean, they both have their perks. Like Mike said, the results seem to be better with responses for the SB7, but also I like the SB11 because it has the temperature. You can tell like how much it rises, how much it declines.
Yeah, you're right. And that's what I was going to say earlier to Mike about the temperature.
Yeah.
So, I mean, having both wouldn't hurt,
Yeah.
Even if you use one for temperature detection and then use the other one for voice, just to have that as like another trigger object. That's what we usually do. We'll turn the SB11 on and we'll mute it and then just have the temperature sensor going.
Yeah. So I was watching a video the other day on Facebook, and I thought this was really, really cool. This girl, what she did was she bought this stuff. It's like a portal thing. She hooks up her SB7 to this and turns it on. And all you hear is the voices coming through. You don't hear the static noises. And you can buy this stuff off of Amazon. She never ended up sending me the link because I asked her for the link because I have two SB7s. So I wanted to hook it up to see what it was, because the responses she gets doing it this way is absolutely incredible. And you don't hear that.
You know what that is?
Yeah. What's that?
So this is exactly how you build it. I can tell you, and for everybody listening or that's going to watch this later, this is how you build those. They're super easy. You get a Honeytone amp. Okay. They're little amps on Amazon for like $40. You get a noise gate pedal, and then you get a reverb pedal, and you chain link or daisy link the two together. So that way you plug in the noise gate and then plug the reverb into the noise gate. And then you run an adapter of a 1/4-inch jack to a 3.5 millimeter to plug into the SB7. The noise gate you can adjust to filter out the static, and then the reverb is the same as like necrophonic, where you just get that bit of echo to help pronunciation better. I think when I was looking at building one, I think for all that stuff together, depending on the pedal or the two pedals you get, you can build one for like, I think less than $200, and they sell them online complete for like anywhere from $400 to $1,000.
Yeah, she was saying that it took her about $240 to build.
That sounds about right.
Let's build one for Iowa. I'll go halves on it with you.
You want to?
We can. Dude. Yeah.
I already have all the stuff bookmarked on my computer. I was going to build one at one point. I just never got around to it.
Yeah, dude.
Well, for anybody in the room that's interested in doing that, it's definitely for me personally. When I was listening to it, I was going, "Holy shit!" Like like, it's just incredible, you know, and it's something that I'm really considering since I do have 2 SB7s. The reason I have 2 is because Zach gave me one.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't need it anymore. So he goes, here you go, just take it.
There you
so
go.
I
Got
said,
back up.
I'm not saying no,
Yeah.
you know, but so before we let you go, Ethan, why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you got into the paranormal?
So I've been in paranormal, like interested in it my entire life, ever since I was 5 years old. And that all started when I used to live in a house down in Ridge, Maryland, which is about 30 minutes down south from where I live now. And I saw a tall, dark shadow figure with a hat, long coat, which I've come to find out is seen all around the world. Like,
is that the hat? Yeah, is that
the
the
Hat
considered the Hat Man? Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't realize that until a few weeks ago. So I guess that's the person that I saw, and my mom saw him too in the same room.
Mm.
He was standing at the foot of the bed and put his arms out like this, and then proceeded to fall onto me slowly as I'm laying in the bed looking at him. And I flinched, and after I flinched, he was gone, felt nothing. And my mom saw him standing in the doorway looking at her while she slept on a different night. So ever since then, that's always been ingrained in my brain for forever, and I could never explain it. So I mean, you know, ever since I was 5, you couldn't tell me ghosts don't exist, because I know what I saw, I remember it. I couldn't explain it. I still can't explain it as an adult. You know, you could say I was dreaming, but I know I wasn't dreaming. Like that, like I said, that memory is so vivid and ingrained into my brain, and the way that I felt, like the way the AC felt in the room, I remember all of it. It's just, so after that, pretty much every house I've lived in since then has also been haunted. Not as extremely haunted, but there's always been ghosts where I live. So I don't know if I have something following me or what, but even the house I live in now, no one's died here, but there's ghosts here that come in and out, you know. So it's always been extremely interesting to me my entire life. And I notice most people that I talk to aren't really into it as much as I am, and don't have it in them to pursue it. So I figure, you know, I do, so I might as well pursue it. And I've only been, you know, ghost hunting for 2 years now, and I'm glad I started doing it, because it's proven to me what I already knew was true. But still, even now, it's just every time is so mind-blowing to me when I capture evidence in real time, you know. And I don't think I'll ever stop doing this now.
It's funny, like I always, and I know I've told this to Mike, and I'm sure that you've seen it too when I've put out a tweet or something like that. I really think you're an incredible investigator, and I think you're one of those people that is going to be an up and coming incredible investigators. And I really hope you continue putting out those great videos, you and Mike both. I just love watching them, and I said it last night, I'm going to say it tonight. I think you're a little bit on the borderline of nuts because of what you did in that one place by going in by yourself.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But I want to thank you for coming on today's show. Again, I apologize for last night. But
it's all good, man. Thank you.
Listen, I hope you can, I'm going to say now, I hope you can come to New York and find your way down there. And
I meant to talk to you about that. I'll talk to you about it after the show.
Yeah, he told me. Okay. Yeah. So I hope you do. And I'd love to be standing right beside you, buddy, and investigating. And hopefully you can. But I want to say thank you, and definitely talk soon. Okay.
All right, cool. Thank you both.
Mike.
See you, buddy. You have a good rest of the night. Thank you for coming on.
I'll talk to you soon.
We'll talk more about the upcoming trip and like some other things that we got to plan prior.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
All right. See you, man.
All right. Peace.
Well, that's definitely a great guy. And it's interesting. He was telling about the Hat Man. And before we bring everybody else up, I just want to tell a little bit of a story. Well, it's not a story. It's something that's coming up for me, actually. Reckless Adventure. They live in it. They just moved to a house that is haunted,
Oh, no
and
kidding.
they've seen. I'm pretty sure they told me this. They've seen the black trench coat and the Hat Man in their house.
No kidding.
So we're actually going to be doing an investigation there, and if it goes well, it does. If we capture quite a bit of evidence, then it'll probably go up onto Paraflix. So, but
I've never heard of the Hat Man. I'm thinking of the Blink Man, which is a local legend around here in Maryland, but it's the same description. Like he's wearing a hat, like a cowboy hat or something like that, sun hat, and a trench coat, and he's down the long end of a tunnel. But it sounds very similar.
Yeah, is that not considered the Jinn?
I don't think so. I don't know. I've only heard like brief stories about the Blink Man just because we were doing the investigation at the Hell House altar, and that's supposedly where he is. But he's described exactly the same way. He's got a long brimmed hat and a trench coat, and he stands at the end of the tunnel between 11 and midnight. And supposedly, if you can stare down the tunnel for an hour straight, he follows you home, and every time you blink, he gets closer and closer until he's in your face. And then he like kills you.
Can I make a suggestion? You don't ever go there.
I've already been there. We did a video there.
Where was this place again? Sorry.
This was the Hell House altar.
Okay.
The crazy altar with like all the dragons and stuff.
Yeah. That's why it sounded familiar.
It's that tunnel that's down the hill from that altar. So
wow.
Same description of the person though, or the spirit.
So I'm just taking a look to make sure everybody's in the green room. Should we make them wait another 5 or 10 minutes?
Yeah, I was going to go get a drink.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them up separately. I'm going to introduce them. And so everybody knows. I think most people know who these people are. But
well, if you don't, you're living under a rock.
Yeah, basically. So if you don't know who they are, that's why I'm going to introduce them. So you do know who they are. So let's start with this. And it kind of looks like it's going to be the same order tonight. David tonight hasn't been doing this, but I'm still going to keep him last. And and he's back there laughing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce Dom. Everybody knows Dom. And obviously Dom has got a web series coming out in September. And you can definitely go over to the Hunted Traveler if you're looking to donate, and he can actually make you a logo or a banner or an intro or a video. He actually made our intro and our outro.
It's fantastic.
So so we're bringing him up for a reason, and you will find out later in the show why. So let's bring up Dom, 13 Spirits Paranormal, and there he is.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Yeah. Are you in a dark mood right now? Yeah.
Brian, you were talking with Eden about the box that that makes the thing.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Why am I not surprised you haven't?
Well, hold on. This I built it. I built them myself.
Yeah.
But also our sponsor Josh from Attic Paranormal also does those boxes.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on here.
Yep.
And I'm going to introduce this person. This is Kristi Grissom, the better looking half of the better looking half of our haunted lives. I'm only trying to get some props because she wrote me on Messenger earlier and she was making fun of me. So, Kristi Grissom, there she is. Hi, Kristi.
I told you I look like shit tonight. This is Kristi all natural right here.
Well, I think you look fabulous. So
thank you so much.
With that. So the next person I'm going to bring up. Sorry guys, say your highs.
Well, I'm done. We just did it. You can go. We're trying to slow down the process of bringing.
Yeah, I can see that. That's okay. We can just keep us up and talk.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So the next person I'm going to introduce, if you don't know this person, you are going to learn about him over the coming months because he's working with Parapost and we're working with him. He's also, I just want to put it out there, he's also sponsoring Dom on his web series.
Yep.
Which I think is great. So that's another great thing. He's also, we'll talk about the other stuff after. So this is Josh Joyner from Junky Paranormal. There he is.
There he is.
Josh.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Hey, Josh. Good, man. Good.
Before we get started, before I bring Dave up, I want to make sure that you're okay, because I know you had some concerns. Is everything okay?
Bronchitis.
Of course.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
Damn. So last but not least, and I get a kind of a little kick out of making Dave suffer a little bit. But Dave is the other half of Our Haunted Lives on Paraflix. So if you guys are Paraflix subscribers, you definitely want to go over and check out their interviews. They got some incredible people that they've interviewed and coming up, actually. So here's David Taylor from Our Haunted Lives.
Hello.
Hey, David.
Michael, how are you?
I'm good, David. How are you?
I'm good. Mike, I cannot wait to see you in a bit, which we will be introducing here in a bit. So it's just, I'm chomping at the bit on this one. Dom looks like he's frozen. Kristi, how are you? Always good to talk to you.
We can't see you, buddy. We can't see you.
See you. It looked like he was. Josh, how are you?
I think Josh is frozen too.
Let me bring him back up. There he is.
Josh, how are you?
Not again, man.
Josh, how are you? Brian, the torture has
I'm good, man. What's going on?
Awesome.
Okay, so before we get started, I said I was going to do this at the beginning of the show, that yesterday was completely my fault.
No.
And completely. Now, I never claimed to be a technical wizard like Mike or anybody else that's in here.
Mm-hmm.
But what had happened was, I thought Josh was frozen for a minute there again. So what had happened was, because I set up the scheduled stream, which was great, it was right on, everything was correct. But what I did was, when you're scheduling a stream pops up and you have to copy that link and save it. What I did was, there in the corner here, it says invite guest. I took the link from there, and I shouldn't have.
Okay.
So I sent the wrong link. So again, I want to apologize to everybody, and I'm a dum-dum, and that's fine. And get it out now. Get it out now, and so we can get it all over with.
Big dummy. No.
It's fine. You only have 800 talk shows, so maybe you should have figured it out by now.
You think you'd be an expert?
And you know what? You know the problem, like through the lens. Like I was having massive problems at the beginning, me and Lex. Now I know why. That's why.
Because of you.
Because of me.
Yep. Lex was taking the blame.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. So why don't we get started? Obviously, everybody's in the room today for a reason. We have a great announcement, and we have a couple of other things, and we'll explain why Dom's in the room, obviously, because he's an important part to this piece. Because he has awesome tattoos. Well, yeah, that's true. But you haven't seen Mike's.
I don't have any tattoos. What are you talking about?
See those soon, won't I?
Yeah,
I don't have any tattoos.
Yeah.
I know now, Mike.
Well, you're not going to be able to avoid it when you see her. What are you going to be wearing? Long sleeves?
Maybe.
No.
So why don't we get started here?
Sure.
Last night, David started, and he was on a real roll, and it sounded really good. And then I said, guys, we're not live.
I messed up.
So go ahead, David.
Sure. So, we really want to let everybody know the big announcement for tomorrow. I'm not going to let people know who are on for season 3, but tomorrow, our Haunted Lives will be releasing our lineup for season 3 on Paraflix, which will be starting August 4th. That will be dropping on all social media platforms at 12 o'clock. The second thing is this is really, well, there's there's like 4 really big things. That's why we're all here. And please don't take it don't get freaked out on order, but I'm just saying it the way I need to.
Yep.
For Paraflix, this is a really big thing for Paraflix, for our Haunted Lives, for Huntaphobia, and for Charm City. It's actually going to be really incredible. We are going to be doing a collaboration. Brian and Mike are coming down to North Carolina to meet Kristi and I, and we're going to be doing 4 investigations. It's a really great thing for a crossover appeal for everybody, with Mike being able to put some stuff on YouTube. Brian, you will be getting the stuff on Paraflix. And it gives us our Haunted Lives a really great show that we can have both Brian and Mike on, and we can talk about our experiences of those investigations. So we will be going to the Devil's Tramping Ground. We'll be going to Bentonville Battlefield. We will be going so many crazy places. We've got a murder suicide house in there, and it's just these incredible places that we're going to be. Third, I'd like to announce, and this involves Josh. I'd like to announce the sponsorship of our Haunted Lives with Addict Junky Paranormal. This is incredible. Josh has mailed out some of the items that we are going to be able to use while Brian and Mike are down here and test his equipment, which I cannot wait to use. We are going to be, with our Haunted Lives, we're going to be pushing Addict Junky all the time on all platforms of social media. Yeah. And then also, on our show, we're mentioning them like that because not only are we fabulous talk show hosts, Kristi and myself, but we're also pretty good paranormal investigators too. And,
what is going on?
Is there ego much? Wow.
I just want to point this out. David's a very, very large man. Now, I'm starting to wonder, is he going to be able to fit through the door with that big chest that he's got going on?
Exactly.
You know what, Brian? I know how to bring him back down.
Yeah.
So just let me know when it gets too big, and I know how the deflate button.
Yeah.
I know where the deflate button.
And you know that's funny. It's funny you say that, Kristi, because Dave has told me that.
Yeah. She
He has told me that you know how to bring him down a level.
Yeah.
Which
Totally.
is great. And I hope I get to see it firsthand.
Oh, you probably will.
We'll be there for a good 5 or 6 days. I think so.
Yeah. It'll happen.
Shenanigans run amok. I am the master. I was a firefighter, the only girl with all guys for years. So I am a master at shenanigans. And it's all good fun.
And kind of last but not least, we've got 13 Spirits Paranormal, who does incredible graphic work. I know you mentioned earlier of him doing the intro and outro for your show, Brian. He has done some really great work for Josh with his logos. And Dom is going to be he's going to be doing a couple of shorts, I guess, trailers or commercials. I'm not sure what we really want to do. I know Josh, you're going to be able to put that up on your website. We've got a lot of things going on here, and I'm so excited to work with Dom, with Josh, with Mike, and with you, Brian. This is a really big day for all of us up here on this panel. And it's just one of those things that, you really don't get to do too often because you're off on your own. And Brian, you're in Canada. Mike, you're in Baltimore. Dom, you're in Canada too. Josh, you're down in Georgia, or is it Alabama?
Georgia.
Okay. So everybody's not that far
Georgia
away.
Boy.
But it's not a 2-hour drive to where we need to get to and things like that. So I'm super excited. Brian will be down here on Monday. We'll have a little
and Mike.
Oh yeah,
Mike's
and Mike
coming with me. Yeah.
And Kristi will be here also, and we will, we're off to the races. And like I said, we've got four. We got Lydia's Bridge, Devil's Tramping Ground, Bentonville Battlefield, and then the coup de grace that I think everybody's going to enjoy will be the Murder Suicide House. And then we can get footage over to Dom. Dom can make these great videos that we're going to put out and be able to put on TikTok and social media. These great commercials, especially for Josh. Josh is so kind. He's actually making a portal and sending it out to me. So I'm going to be testing that out.
Nice.
It's
No
just,
way.
yeah,
You didn't
yeah.
tell me that, David. See, he leaves me out of a lot of shit. This is why I'm like sitting over here in the corner in my little box, not knowing what's going on, just smiling. Well, he's going off on this tantrum, and I'm like, really? So, okay,
You know what I see in our future?
What's up?
I definitely see this in our future, a bloopers, especially with Kristi around.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now, before we get to, thank you, David. I really appreciate you saying all that. Before we get to Josh, because I want Josh to obviously talk about this, I'm going to come to Dominic for a minute, because Dom is going to be putting together some videos for us. And that's going to be our Haunted Lives, Huntaphobia, and obviously Addict Junky. And last night, I just want to let everybody know all the pictures have been sent to Dom, so he has them all. Okay. So, Dom, what I want to kind of ask you is, what is your vision for the first video? Do you have a vision? Awkward silence.
On the spot.
I'm blind. Sorry.
In a dream.
The vision, the vision is once I'm gonna see what. Well, first of all, we're gonna talk to you to see what you want exactly as a product, because that's important for me as to build up stuff. I have to feel it first. So once I see the things, we'll talk more about the direction I want to take it, but also I want your opinions, everybody to tell me, okay, yeah, that's good, that's not good. Let's change this.
Sure.
You know how it goes. So,
so I kind of want to clarify for everybody that's in not the panel, everybody that's watching right now. What we're going to kind of do is, yes, there are going to be 2 trailers, but the first trailer is going to be kind of just pictures. And but with Addict Junky, our Haunted Lives, obviously with David and Kristi and myself. And so that's going to be kind of the first trailer. The second trailer, and I think people are going to be excited to see this, it's going to be more of clips of the investigations that are going to be in this trailer, which I think is going to make for 2 incredible videos. And I want to thank Dom for doing that for us. Obviously, I wouldn't go to anybody else other than Dom.
It's a mad pleasure to do that for you guys. So.
Dom said to me the other day he's up for the challenge. And I have no doubt that he's going to come through for us. So thank you very much, Dom. So I want to come to Josh for a minute. How excited are you about this?
I'm really excited, man, because this is going to be able to, not only showcase us, but it's going to be able to, we're all going to be able to help each other out. This is what investigation should be. This is what this business is about, because we're all in it for the same thing.
Yep.
So not only am I going to be sponsoring, 13 and our Haunted Lives, I'm working with David and Mike, and all that together is just going to bring this collaboration together in just beautiful harmony, where we're all going to be able to work and thrive and grow together. And I really think that not only our fan base is going to grow, but the Parapost, the Facebook of the paranormal, is going to grow as well.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, is just like how everybody was saying that it's a community. We need to be able to, socialize on one network instead of having to go to all these groups that we have to deal with on Facebook.
Sure.
So now we're at a place at Parapost where we're actually able to talk about paranormal 24/7, besides, having to ditch in and out of these groups all day long trying to find what we want to find.
Yep.
Yeah. So it gets on my nerves, man. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I think it's going to be great for all of us. We have our followers, you guys have your followers, and Paraflix has their own. And I think it's only going to grow for each of us.
Mm.
So I'm very excited, and I can't wait to get the trailer on the website, because that's going front and center. So when people are on the website, it's going to be boom right in your face right there. Paraflix,
Sure.
Huntaphobia, our on a live 13 spirits. It's just going to be right there. All of us working together.
I'm pushing on the French side here. Parapost, Paraflix, Addict Junky.
That's it, man.
We have people on Facebook that in Quebec now presently. They're watching us presently. So.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
So
Great.
So I'm pushing here on the French side of Canada. All the equipment stuff, Parapost, Paraflix, our Haunted Lives, etc. So
Sure.
So
I'll say 2 seconds.
Awesome.
Bonjour, le monde au Québec.
Yeah. So one thing Dave doesn't know about, I'm not sure if he knows, but me and Mike obviously have Parapost Live, and that's what we do. We're doing it every Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Mike have a little bit of announcement for people in the room and people on the panel. You want to say what that is, Mike, or do you want me to say it?
Go ahead.
No, okay. So what we're going to be doing for Parapost Live is on the Tuesday night, we're actually going to go live on Parapost Live with one of our investigations.
Awesome.
That's awesome. That's going to be cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So
that's what it's about, man.
Yeah. So we're really, really excited about that, and hopefully it goes through. Hopefully we won't have any problems. If Brian's handling it, there might be.
No, you'll be okay, because I'll be there in person with you. So
there you go.
It'd be impossible.
Yeah. So we're not exactly sure the time. We'll have a better idea of the time probably on Monday when we're going to be there on the Tuesday. So what place are we doing on the Tuesday, or do you have that organized yet?
So I was thinking we'll probably go to Bentonfield on the first night, because it's just a nice open place. It's a great place. It's a good way to get acquainted.
Have you checked the weather?
Yeah, I know. It looks like it's rainy. So if it does rain that day, we go to Murder Suicide House first. So so there is like that. But yeah, I was thinking probably Bentonville.
Or maybe I should listen to this, because I might be able to pick up onto something.
Oh, there you go.
Because I haven't.
Probably Bentonville. Yeah, probably like Bentonville, and then maybe the Suicide House second, then Lydia's, and then Devil's Tramping Ground.
I have to be honest, I'm really looking forward to Devil's Tramping Ground.
It's a freaky place, man. It's really freaky. It's you go through the gate, and then there's this long pathway, and it's just right there, and you're like, wow. And North Carolina State did one of the colleges here did samples of the ground, and they call it dead soil, and it's just in a circle for some reason. Everything else, it's in the middle of the forest. Yeah, it's like in the middle of the forest, and it's just a circle with nothing.
So are one of these the places that you fell into the water?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And if it rains, it might happen again.
Well,
make sure you guys are filming this. You play that as a blooper.
Yeah. Well, they better not laugh
at the video.
Josh, they better not laugh too hard, because I'll have the only car. So.
Hey, I'm not.
Well, that's good to know, because I am driving down, so I might drive behind you then, knowing that now.
We'll follow.
You'll be fine.
There's Ubers, there's Thumbs.
That's true.
I could get a ride. Just saying.
I know.
Me and Mike will hide in the bushes while you're trying to flag down a car.
Right? Come on, it's all
suckers.
Yeah. Well, obviously, this is going to be absolutely amazing. And I'm looking forward to, it's funny, I'm partners with Mike on Parapost.
Sure.
And the only communication we've had is either through Discord or the phone.
Sure.
And we've never actually met in person. So I'm looking forward to, this is kind of going to tell me if I want to continue being a partner with Mike on this trip. Yeah, no, just all kidding aside, I'm looking forward to obviously meeting everybody. And I know I'm going to be meeting Dom in the fall, because we're going to be doing an investigation together for his web series. And definitely people that are in the room, if you have not checked out Dom's page on Facebook, The Haunted Traveler, please go over, check it out. And if you want a logo, if you want an intro, outro, banner, whatever, he will do it for you. And what he's asking people to do, instead of actually paying for it, he's actually asking you to donate to his web series.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is donate to his web series. And we're asking people doing that. I see the number is climbing, Don. So that's a great thing.
Awesome.
So
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's great. So obviously Josh with Addict Junky, me and Josh spoke the other day, and I will let everybody know in the panel and in the room that's watching, his sales are going up ever since he joined Parapost.
It's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Which is great. And that's what we wanted. So that's what we wanted.
Great.
Yeah. And obviously you can watch David and Kristi on Our Haunted Lives. Their third season is going to be starting soon. Sorry, I forget the date of the
August
third season.
4th. August
4th.
Yeah, we'll be dropping. I'm sorry, Brian. We'll be dropping the lineup tomorrow at 12 Eastern Standard.
Great. I'm looking for. Is it a good one?
Oh, it's great.
Is there anybody like we're really going to be interested in seeing?
Kristi, go ahead.
Well, there are a couple that you might not know right off but if you watch it, you're going to be like, holy shit, that was awesome.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like completely out there. We're talking way out occult type stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow. So then obviously with Mike and myself, we're so happy that you guys came up here today.
Yeah,
obviously, there's a lot of things coming up in the next week. And hopefully everybody that's in the room today is going to come out and watch the live on Tuesday night. Obviously, we'll announce that probably more likely the Monday on what the time is going to be. But I want to thank everybody that came on the show today and continue doing your thing, man. You guys are all great. And obviously, I love you all. And I'm looking forward to meeting up with you guys on Monday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
Great. This is such a great thing.
It's Monday, isn't it?
It is.
What's that?
Monday. Yeah, it is.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got a little something for you, man. So you're going to Edinburgh Manor, right?
I am.
So I have a good friend of mine. He's a great customer. His name's Curtis Miller. Make sure you take care of him up there. He's the head caretaker of Edinburgh Manor. I just spoke to him about you guys about 5 minutes before we got on the show. Told him you guys were coming up.
Cool.
He's bought a lot of equipment from me. So he's a great guy, awesome person to talk to. He's into the paranormal. So you guys should have a really good time. And I told him to be on the lookout for you guys to make sure he's there when you guys come.
Awesome.
So enjoy, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm super excited. I've seen a lot about Edinburgh Manor, and it looks like an amazing place to investigate. I'm really looking forward to it.
It's fantastic. Curtis has done a fantastic job with all of his tours, and he's a very pleasurable person to speak to, and he has his own, investigation technique. So I'm sure he'll be very excited to learn a little bit more about you and your investigation techniques as well as Wulf Paranormal. So I'll be excited to see that when it pops out.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, and that's what it's all about, right? Connections.
Yeah, for sure.
Connections. And it's what are the chances of that, And
small world.
Yeah, it's great. And obviously Mike and Ethan are going to have an amazing time when they do those investigations. But before that, we are going to have an amazing time next week in North Carolina. And I got a strange feeling I'm going to laugh a lot during this
You're going to have fun.
this Kristi year. And It's going to be great. But obviously, when it comes to investigating, down to business, and we're going to have a great time, and hopefully we capture a lot. And
well, I can't wait to play you a video clip that I have from Bentonville when you guys get down here. You know, because the 3 of the 4 places that we're going are in the top 10 haunted places in North Carolina. So the only one that's not on the list is the murder suicide house. So, you know, it's going to be a really, really good time, you know. And the forest at the battlefield is not nice. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So I can't wait to go in there with you. Last time I was there, I ran out. I said, I'm done. I got my truck in the train.
Wow.
I got out, and my partner that I was with, I said, let's go now. And we got out of there, and for about 4 miles driving away from that place, I felt like I was being followed. It was literally like something.
Hey, Kristi, is that another way of bringing that head down like this?
Yeah. Hey, Josh, have you ever seen a 6'7", 300-pound guy run as fast as he can to get out of a forest?
Now that I would pay to see that.
The only thing, Mike.
I want to see.
Yeah, the only
that I want to see. Seriously.
I did it at St. Albans. I scared him so bad that this man, he about took the big, like, colonial-looking doors that just ran outside. And I'm like, holy shit, why did we not get this on film?
I know.
You know?
It was awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Yeah. Well, thank you again, guys. I really appreciate and girls, and I really appreciate you coming up here. Again, it's Kristi Grissom, David Taylor, Josh Joyner, and Dom. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name. So I'm just going by Dom. Dom is. How do you pronounce your last name? Dom? Is he frozen? I think he's frozen.
No, his eyes are moving.
Yeah, I see his eyes.
Oh, he's acting. No, he's frozen.
I didn't hear nothing. It cuts. Sorry.
Okay, well then maybe that's a good thing then. Okay, guys, you guys have a great night.
Hats?
No. We're talking about your last name. I can't pronounce your last name.
You're asking how you pronounce your last name.
Nope.
Me got nothing.
Nope. Obviously, nobody wants to know.
Again, sorry.
It's okay, Dom. So you guys have a wonderful night, and we will definitely see you soon.
My last name. Yeah, my last name is long.
There you got it. Hold on.
How do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce your last name? Somebody want to write to him in the private chat? No, it's okay.
My last name
I think
is
he's lagging, man.
Desormeaux.
There you go. I was thinking it was something else. Anyways, guys, have a fantastic night, okay?
All right, guys.
Okay.
See you guys. Take care.
Good night.
All right, guys. Kristi, David, Brian, Mike, later.
See you, man. Take care.
Later. Wow.
It's a good show.
Wait a minute. We're going to bring him up one last time. What did you want to say, Tom?
Sorry, sorry for the lag, but thank you again for having me on the live show, guys.
Absolutely, man.
No,
thanks for
no
being
worries,
here.
Man. Thank you. We'll talk soon, okay? I'll talk to you in the next day or two. Okay, man. Ciao. Wow.
It's a good show.
I have to say, for a second episode, that was full of wonderful things, and I can't wait for the third episode, obviously, because
5
we're going
in like an hour.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, that was good. That was very good. But I'm looking forward to next Tuesday, and hopefully we get a lot of people in the room and watching our investigation, see what we do and how we do it. And hopefully people will join. Hopefully people will watch this replay. And next week, man, what's today? Wednesday?
Yeah, we have 5 days?
Yeah.
Something like that. Actually, I pulled out all my equipment to go ahead and start wiping SD cards and charging things up and packing because, you know me, I'm the equipment guy. So I have 7 bags of equipment to bring.
Yeah. And I have an investigation to do on Saturday night for Paraflex.
Oh.
Yeah.
This coming Saturday?
This coming Saturday, I'm doing an investigation for Paraflex. And it's I think it's going to be in the 3rd season, but it's going to be where I'm going is pretty amazing. and I'm going to keep it quiet for now. I'll let you know later, Mike. But yeah, it's definitely a great place, and I've been wanting to go there for about a year. So I'm finally getting there this Saturday.
Is it where I think it is?
I think I told you already.
It's not on the western side of Canada, is it?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not. No, it's about a 30-minute drive from me.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and but yeah, it's a pretty amazing place, and it's abandoned, and it was used in the World War II. I'll just
That'll
say
be a
that.
good one.
Yeah,
That'll
I'll
be a
just
good
say
one.
that. So other than that, what a fantastic show. I want to thank everybody that came into the room and watched, and thank you for the people that watched that is going to watch the replay. And again, it's pretty simple. You go over to Parapost Network, you can download it through iOS or Android, and you just sign up and start posting. And you're going to meet a lot of different people in there, and it's a lot of people are joining. A lot of people are posting pics and videos, and there's a guy in there that writes a story all the time.
He writes stories all the time, which is great. Yeah. And when I say that I was not expecting us to grow at the rate that we're growing at, that's an understatement. There are so many people signing up to the site right now that are interacting with each other. They're linking up. They're going out on investigations together. They're sharing it. Like, they're doing exactly what we want them to do with the site. And it's great. And it's free to sign up. You guys take 2 minutes to fill out a profile and start making some new friends at a place all about the paranormal.
Yeah, exactly. And with that being said, again, everybody who came into the room today, thank you very much.
Yes,
and we'll definitely see you next Tuesday. Okay. Have a great night, guys.
Take care, everybody. See ya.